Taking transit to Washington's first incorporated city. I'm starting the day in downtown Seattle to catch my first of a few buses on my way to Steilacoom, Washington's first city located about 10 miles southwest of Tacoma. My first ride is aboard Sound Transit Express Route 578 towards Puyallup, but I'm just taking it to Federal Way. There are actually many different routes or even modes that can be combined to shuttle passengers southbound. This is just the one that worked for me at that specific time. After the jaunt along I 5, I depart at Federal Way downtown station and wait a few minutes for my next Sound Transit Express route, the 574. I'll be taking this route to the end of its line at Lakewood Transit Center. But first, we have to maneuver south back along the freeway before deviating off to serve the multimodal Tacoma Dome station. The route then meanders its way back to I 5, passing the retail area around the Tacoma Mall before exiting the freeway for our first stop in Lakewood, the always busier than I would expect State Route 512 Park and Ride. Leaving that park and ride, we begin to dive deeper into the suburb, just in time to view this rather late Amtrak train before we emerge into the rather pleasant Lakewood Transit Center. It's in the middle of a parking crater, but it works. I soak in the vibes here while my next driver wraps up their break, and then it is time to board Pierce Transit 212 to Steilacoom. The Gillig makes its way through the small city to connect to Steilacoom Boulevard. It somewhat follows some of the routing of the historic rail line as we pass Western State Hospital. We then take a slight detour to serve Pierce College before we continue west into the city limits of Washington's first city. We begin to head downhill through the residential area, and before long I can see Puget Sound glimmering ahead with historic structures scattered around. The bus goes straight through what is left of downtown before it stops at its terminus at Commerce Street and Union Ave, right in front of the Pierce County Ferry dock. So why am I here? To ride the ferry and nerd out on some history, of course. Due to its prominence at the time, Steilacoom built the first brick building in the state, which was also the first jail. It built the first Catholic church and Protestant church, the first post office. Basically, there's a lot of firsts. In 1873, the railroad chose Tacoma as the terminus, which sealed Steilacoom's fate. Although they did become a bit of a tourist town with an early interurban line that was completed from Tacoma in 1891. From Seattle, it's not the easiest place to get to, but on a beautiful day like today, the journey is part of the fun. I'll need to time my visit better next time in order to visit the museum and such, but the ferry ride was pretty great too.